Sup YouTube, it's Decklist TCG here, and welcome back to our TCG battle video on my channel. On this channel, you get daily Pokemon TCG content, so be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And if you like what you see, feel free to leave a like. It only requires 1 tiny second every time, and it helps out the channel tremendously. So we are revisiting Roaring Moon EX, one of my favorite decks in the format, as I got a lot of championship points last season with it, and this time around it gets better because of new cards from Shrouded Fables. Big shout out to Seinosuke Shiokawa getting 2nd place at the World Championships, putting Roaring Moon back on the map. So Roaring Moon is all about one-shotting Pokemon with frenzy gouging. You snap your fingers and you one-shot something. The only downside is that you put 200 damage onto yourself. Most of the time it's not an issue, as you want to be going 2-2-2 in the prize race regardless. And its second attack also is very nice to slap a solid 220 damage if there's a stadium card in play. Most of the time there will be a stadium card in play, as we're playing 4 copies of Pokestop. The most powerful stadium card in a list like this, because this list is full of items. We have Dark Patches, Earthen Vessels, we have Nazballs, Ultra Balls, Pokegears to fetch supporters even, and tons of Gust with Pokemon Catcher. I know it's a coin flip card, but when you land a successful heads, this can upswing a game in no time. You can Gust something up on the very first turn going second, and out of nowhere the opponent might not be able to have other attackers. We have a couple of judges in here as well. Seems to be very popular in this meta game to just make sure the opponent bricks. If you don't need Professor Sada, you can judge the opponent to a low hand size. And why is this deck now better? Because of the Pecharunt EX. Pecharunt EX is one of those cards that's going to be replacing your regular switch cards in your deck. So you don't need switch card any longer. In this situation, you have the Pecharunt allowing you to just activate the ability and put a Darkness Pokemon from the bench all the way to the active position, with the only downside is that you do poison yourself, which is a little bit of a downside, but I'll just gladly take it if you're able to attack and land an attack, because Dark Patch only works on the bench. Also, the Irritating Outburst allows you to slap 60 damage for every prize card the opponent has taken. So in the late game, that could also be a very powerful attacker with a low amount of requirements, which is attachment and Dark Patch to get yourself going. What else do we see here is that we do have the Radiant Greninja for draw power, but in the early game, we just rely on good old Squawkabilly EX to just discard our hand and draw 6. If that happens and we do draw into Sada, we can get an attack off as early as the first turn going second, and then we're going to be able to do a lot of stuff because of the high amount of gusting. Another great card, and in addition to the Roaring Moon deck, is now Fezandipiti EX. It's not in here for its attack, even though sometimes you can snipe opponents. It's here for the Flip the Script ability. You can draw 3 cards every single time the opponent knocks something out. That means going into your turn, if the opponent knocks something out during their turn, you can draw 3 cards. This is going to help you to just establish a hand again after stuff like Iono or Unfair Stamp. So a very nice addition in the deck indeed, because this is the draw power that the deck was missing. No Mew EX in here. Instead, the Fezandipiti will be the draw power for the deck. And let's just dive into the games here on the TCG ranked ladder. And as always, a big shout out to my sponsors that make the videos possible. DragonShield.com for your sleeves, binders, and deck boxes. You can get 5% off on everything on the website using the coupon ZAPDOS5. There's YourPlaymat.com to create your own unique custom playmat. There's PotownStore.com for your TCG Live code card needs. You can get Shrouded FABLE codes as well. Use the coupon ZAPDOSTCG for 5% off. And CardMarket.com is there for European players, where you're able to buy and sell cards to people all across Europe. I personally use it every single day. You guys should check it out and use the referral name ZAPDOSTCG. With that being said, we have entered the game here, and the coin flip is not going our way. The opponent can decide whether they want to be going first or second, and I can go first. So it's probably going to be another aggro deck. A lot of aggro decks in this format, might I add. So let's start off with my favorite starter, the Radiant Greninja. And we do start off with Roaring Moon here, which is not too bad. We do have Prime Catcher at our disposal, and it looks like we're up against some sort of a Greninja deck. Okay. Let's see what we're able to do here. First of all, I'm going to use the concealed cards, get that out of the way here, and we do get another energy, which is great. I'm going to be equipping an energy already here, and then we can Sada, attach with the turn, and do some stuff. I'm not going to Pokestop, to be honest, because I don't want to give my opponent additional options here. I'm just going to end the turn and just play it safe and sound. The only thing we will need is an energy, and because we do have access to a lot of Earthen Vessel and Pokestop and Sada situations, we probably will be able to land an attack on whatever we feel like. The bad news is that Greninja is able to snipe. We're not playing Manaphy. The good news is we're able to snap our fingers and one-shot. And looks like... Oh, the opponent just uses the Flock. Hilarious. Allows you to get 2 Froakies and put them on the bench. So there is that. Okay. Moving forward, we do have an energy, which is already great. I could go for concealed cards and just get more stuff out, but just this Sada is going to be enough. Let's go. We do have the attachment of the turn, but I'm going to try and hope to find a dark patch so we can knock out this Greninja with the energy. We do have Pokemon Catcher, so that's actually a very funky situation, to be honest. I could go for Pokestop trying to find dark patch. Probably this is the better plan of action. It is just a Nazball here. All right. A Nazball. The Pokestop's still in play though. I could get rid of it with Calamity Storm as well. Let's see here. What else can we do with a situation like this? This is Nazball. We could get the Pecharunt to fly ourselves into the active position, and I don't think that is a bad idea per se. I don't believe it's a bad idea. I could Prime Catcher, but then this guy can use the... although, is that a bad idea? We could just Prime Catch to get ourselves out of here. I don't believe the opponent can actually slap damage onto us, but then we can knock ourselves out. I could still use a Prime Catcher later, right? I'll just attach here and use Prime Catcher later. I'll just go with that. We're gonna be using this and fly ourselves into the active position. I know we poisoned ourselves, but I don't actually mind. I'm gonna be using the Calamity Storm, and I'm actually gonna be knocking out this Pokestop. Because I don't want the opponent using that, and I know I poisoned myself, and I can actually set up another Roaring Moon and one-shot myself if need be. I just want this energy just to be removed from play. The only thing they can do is the Shinobi Blade for 170, and we can set up an additional Roaring Moon to go for the one-shot. We can also Judge. Could have been a nice situation as well. Okay, there's a Frogadier, an attachment of the turn right there. I don't believe... Yeah, there's nothing they can do. That's crazy. Okay, the cool thing with this scenario is that we can safely go... if we have an energy, we can undo this poison damage, which would be super nice, to be honest. Let's see here. We can Tracking Shoe. It's another Tracking Shoe that happens a ton of time, to be honest. Tracking Shoe again. Let's see. There is another energy in the discard pile, which is actually super nice. I will take this one. Slap this down. Go for Professor Sada. Let's go. Okay, here's the Earthen Vessel. This Earthen Vessel is kind of important in my opinion, because this is going to allow us to undo the poison damage, which means we can go for another one-shot opportunity at one point. What I'll be doing here is I will actually use the change to get my other Roaring Moon in the active position, and then I will Prime Catcher this guy. Let's go. Meaning this is all resolved. We can just attach here, so another one is set up nice and safely. I don't think we need the concealed cards currently, so I'm just gonna be slapping some damage and knocking out the Frogadier. That's what it is. And now we still have room. They can use Shinobi Blade if need be, but we can just instantly respawn with a freshly healed up Roaring Moon and just one-shot it with the Frenzied Gouging. And then if we set up another Roaring Moon, we instantly win, because what can they do? This is a... Okay, they have research, finally. So they had TM Evo and all that stuff. They had energies. That's so many energies down in the discard pile. I wonder if they will even find an energy to go for Shinobi Blade. They will need Rare Candy. They will need Radiant Greninja EX to just do anything. So we are in a very, very strong position. As you see, the aggression of Roaring Moon prevails. And I do love the switching effect of the Pecharunt. You do have to worry about the poison damage left and right, but it is definitely worth it. So you always have options to switch. So Greninja EX, always a deck that is on the low end, actually I would say tier C, but is sometimes creeping up there left and right. And we actually completed the Shrouded FABLE battle pass, which is crazy. What can we get with that? Receiving the rewards currently. And yeah, we got a ton of coins, and then, oh, this Zard is cool, this is cool. But we're not here for the cards. No, we are here for the matches. Let's play another one with Roaring Moon, as I like to call it, Roaring Moon's Return. And I'm very happy to see that Seinosuke Shiokawa got second place with Roaring Moon. Everybody gave up on Roaring Moon, to be honest, because in a format filled with Charizard and Regidrago sometimes can be difficult as well if they have the Cleffa and stuff, because they can just promote a one-price Cleffa. But now they have solved the format with 4 Pokemon catchers, so that's kind of nuts. Okay, you want to go first? No, always, but then always go second with this list. Unless you're up against specific decks that also wants to go second, I suppose, but Actually, I do want to go first. I guess it's still nice. Even if you're up against Lugia, for example, going second with this list feels way better. But this is a very bad situation. Definitely going second because we're gonna have to just have draw of the turn and trekking shoe. The only thing that can help us here is, I would say, yeah, a Nazball or an Ultra Ball so we can squawk this hand away. And it looks like we're up against an Ogerpon. This is a 2-prize Pokemon here, and that's why Roaring Moon and other aggressive decks like Miraidon are good in that right now, because you can attack on the very first turn going second. And if Pokemon cannot respond, like let's say we're up against Regidrago and they only set up one Regidrago and we have the Prime Catcher scenario, what can they do? What can they do? There's a Nuzball coming. What can we actually do? We can Prime Catcher proactively. Our hand is pretty bad. I am not gonna lie. Without Nazball or Ultra Ball, this hand is almost unplayable. I could draw into a Pokemon and then we can manually retreat and use Sada, but setting ourselves up with more energies. Oh, Raging Bolt. Okay. Raging Bolt. It's one of those more difficult matchups as we do need to one-shot. Oh, there's a Glimora? What? Or a Glimmet. An attachment right there. They're gonna retreat into the 1-prize Glimmet. Really? Okay, I'll allow it. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. We have an Ultra Ball. That's perfect. We can already Ultra Ball, get ourselves started. First of all, Trekking Shoe, what do we have? It's a Judge. I don't need Judge currently. Okay, it's double Ultra Ball. Let's go. Get rid of this, get rid of that. Now that I think about it, let's just get rid of both of these. And get ourselves a Roaring Moon first. Alright. And then we can go for Professor Sada. Let's go. Okay, more stuff is awaiting. We can Prime Catcher already, but we don't have everything quite yet. So I will have to Ultra Ball these away. And we did already use Sada, right? So it's probably not bad going to discard these. Get that Squawk involved. We could always fly ourselves to the active position, by the way. So we slap down Squawk. There we go. We go for Prime Catcher. There we go. And I'm going to take this one down with me. And now I'm going to go for the Squawkabilly shenanigans. Let's go. Tons of energies, no dark patches though. Where are the dark patches? We can Pokegear first. There's nothing there. Sure. To Wrecking Shoe time. Ultra Ball. Could get ourselves Greninja. And Greninja could do something. Let's just Pokestop first. There's the dark patch already. Okay, no need to worry about that. So we dark patch right here. Attachment right there. And then we fly ourselves into the active position. Easy peasy. I'm gonna wait with our Greninja situation, although I could technically do it already. I'm gonna have to wait. I'll wait. I'll just use the Calamity Storm here and knock out the Ogerpon. So it's time to go 2-2-2, ladies and gentlemen. Even though we're poisoned, what can the Raging Bull do? They can just one-shot if they want to, but then we're going 2-2-2. We're gonna go Frantic Gouging up on them, and it's gonna be great. Okay, this is a great hand. Because the Pecharunt always ensures that we can fly ourselves to the active position. We will be able to attach Sada. The only thing we need is a dark patch and off we go. Already one in discard pile. Flutter Mane. And Professor Sada. Alright, there they go. Gonna be attaching the Lightning and the Grass. That means if they have a fighting energy, they can one-shot us because we can go down to the poison. Although, yeah, going into our turn, we're actually gonna have 210 remaining. Yeah, that means they just need one fighting energy. Can they find a Vessel or a fighting energy? Let's find out together, shall we? But the aggression is already there. We took the first 2 prize cards. That's nice. Hisuian Heavy Ball. Let's hope no Radiant Greninja is lurking in there. Of course, it's always there. It is always there. Radiant Greninja. Hello. They probably still have an energy left, meaning they can probably discard, I would say, a grass energy, but hopefully they will not find a fighting type energy. They didn't do a lot of draw power quite yet. They're gonna switch. They're gonna switch into the Flutter Mane. Okay, we don't have Gust currently. They're gonna retreat. They're gonna use E-Retrieval. No. Energy retrieval and then... Yeah, energy retrieval and then Radiant Greninja. What is going on here? They didn't retreat into a Raging Bolt, so they're not quite prepared to go for the attack. We still have more time, which is great. I could set up another Roaring Moon here. We do have access to Earthen Vessel. Could set like maybe 2 of them. This one can one-shot one of those Raging Bolts in the late game, by the way. I would love to find a Pokemon catcher. I already burned my Prime catcher there, unfortunately. A Balsazordus would also be quite good. Yeah, it would also be quite good. I'm actually gonna go for Ultra Ball. I'm gonna get rid of this. Currently, I'm not in the mood. I could get rid of 2 energies first, right? Let's go. Then, we grab ourselves a Radiant Greninja. Yeah, Balsazordus is in there though. Let's go. Go with... I could Earthen Vessel first, right? Get all those energies in the discard pile first. And now, let's see if we can find ourselves a Gusting card. There's a Dark Patch, there's a Pal Pad as well. No Gusting capabilities, however. Right now, I'm gonna slap down this. I will go for... I could get another fella set up. I'm just gonna Sada for 1, I guess. Sada for 1. I could get another one there, but I'm not gonna do that. Let's go. We have Dark Patch right here. We can Pal Pad some more Sadas in. We can just safely just attach an energy here. There we go. Then a lot of Sada's already gone. I will use the suggested change. We didn't find any Gusts. I could retreat into 1 prize, but I'm more than happy to just go for this play, and I could Pal Pad some Sadas in already. I think that's not too bad of an idea. Let's get these back in the deck and just attack here with the Calamity Storm. So we are freshly healed up. I know we're poisoned, we're gonna go down to 210, but we can always use Frantic Gouging on the one here, because this one is not gonna be knocked out. We're gonna have 10 HP remaining, which is great. Flip the script, Fezandipiti appears, and we only need to take 3 more prize cards. We can Frantic Gouging this one and attack anything else, and that's gonna win ourselves the game. Or just set up a Pecharunt EX, by the way, because Pecharunt, as soon as they take some prize cards, we're gonna be slapping a lot of damage. We can safely like Dark Patch onto Pecharunt, I suppose. Steel Dance as well. Can they find their fighting type energy? That is the main question that like these Raging Bolt decks are always wondering. Raging Bolt is looking to be a very great play in the upcoming season. And the upcoming season, of course, is actually the upcoming format with the new set Stellar Crown. Seems to be more popular in Japan, but we have to figure out in the Japanese city results to see if that is actually the truth. Where's the fighting energy? Yeah, they just conceded. They were so far behind. You see how consistent this Roaring Moon list is. You always try to attack on the very first turn, going second, and even with Gust on top of that. What can go wrong? Alright, more things unlocked. So this battle pass was rather short. Like most of the time you have like tier 50 if I'm not mistaken, but whatever. Let's just dive into some more gameplay with Roaring Moon EX. As mentioned, you no longer need the item card, switch card. Even though switch card can sometimes heal you as well. Healing 30 can definitely be great. Oh, they have the Aloha Honolulu coin with the snorkeling Pikachu. Here they come with the coin flip. We don't mind going second. So whatever archetype this is, a lot of archetypes want to go first. Think about Charizard, think about Regidraco, think about Lugia. They all want to go first, meaning going second is nice. Starting off with the Squawk. Alright. Oh, we're up against Item Lock. Item Lock can be kind of annoying, I'm not gonna lie, because of the fact Oh, it's Gardevoir as well. Yeah, this is just the item lock deck. We can actually knock out the Shuppet before it's able to do anything. And that's going to be a very fantastic way to win games. So slap down this Trekking Shoe, see if we can find a Pokemon. It's an energy. Let's get rid of that first. There's a Nazball. Nazball, right, is great. Nazball allowing us... There's a Sada as well. I'll take it. Let's go with Nazball, find a Roaring Moon. You can also just set this guy up, right? Attachment, Sada, and just knock it out with this Roaring Moon. Seems to be a nice way to do it. This is easier, right? It's way easier to do so. Let's go for Professor Sada. Let's go! More energies. Sure. Maybe we find some ways to discard. More energies in discard pile. Love it. We're gonna Dark Patch there. Gonna slap this guy down. Although they have Counter Catcher, we don't actually care. We can wait for Pecharunt or just Attach Retreat. I think Attach Retreat is a little bit safer. I'll just retreat. Go with that. And just quack away. Let's go. Okay, we do have the Stretcher right there. Even the Pecharunt, I don't mind slapping that down because we can get some switching effects going around. Trekking Shoe is a judge. I could judge the opponent, but I'm gonna Sada. It's another Roaring Moon. I could set up 2 of them. It's fine. Here we go. 1 Prizer in the active position. And because of Pecharunt, we can always switch and hit for weakness, right? Yeah, I don't think they can trap us with Counter Catcher as we do come back with this guy. What are they gonna do? Could have saved the Judge, but we have the Boss here. The Boss is even better. Look at that! They get the Buddy Puff, and at what did it cost? Everything. At what cost? Which Pokemon do we target? Gardevoir is not an issue, right? Because Gardevoir only slaps 190. Even though that's enough to knock out a Pecharunt, these item lock fellas are a little bit more annoying. I think we'll have to use all of our items currently. We can Sada onto 2 targets and maybe Attachment of the Turn, maybe some Dark Patches on top of that. Luminous Energy on the Shuppet. Prime Catchering up this Roaring Moon, but that doesn't make any difference because we can just Envelop in Shadow. Please flip tails. That's just YOLO behavior. It is a tail, so yeah, that is not the way to go, I would say. We can always switch around. Look at all the classic switcheroo here with our fella over there. And we're gonna be putting our Roaring Moon in the active position. We can then also go for Sada onto even 2 targets here. Let's go. 1, 2. There we go. On top of this, we even have a Dark Patch, which I'll put on this guy. We can then go for an Attachment of the Turn here. Yeah, they're all safe and ready to go. Then we can also go for, I would say, or I won't need any more Roaring Moons. We do have Rescue Shenanigans in hand. Let's take these 2. And I am just fine by going with this attack. Since we do have energy, we could have also Nazball, I suppose, and get the Fezandipiti thrown up in the mix. But with this situation, everybody just gets blown out of the water by the fastness of the Roaring Moon deck. And we're poisoned, but we don't care. We can get trapped by Counter Catcher, but we don't care. We have Pecharunt. They don't even have Curlias out. And we have 2 of these set up and ready to go. If they have Banette, we one-shot, we get 2 prizes. If they get Gardevoir at one point, we one-shot, we get 2 prizes. We still have our Boss's Orders, and they could item block us, but that's not going to do anything as these Roaring Moons are already set up and everything has a retreat cost of 1. And we can just safely switch with Pecharunt. I think the opponent's already long gone, and we did play 3 games already, and it just seems the dominance of the consistency here with Roaring Moon is that most of these decks are just too slow. Like we saw that we can knock out, even a Raging Bolt was slower than us because we went second. If you win the coin flip, you go second, you just get the attack off. Most of the times you win, and that's it. The opponent has left the building, and they had 3 Pokemon, but without Rare Candy Guardian, I don't think there's anything they could do. And the poison damage wraps up, I suppose. You can also get some Ancient Boost Energy Capsules in there to be... yeah, so you can prevent yourself getting poisoned, I suppose, but we don't even mind this little bit of damage. Yeah, I personally would just attack the rolls, let them get a Banette, take 2 prize cards on that, and just be done with it. But the opponent's already gone, as we know. When they see the aggressiveness of Roaring Moon, they just concede. And you should also know is that Roaring Moon, I think a bad matchup per se would be Gardevoir, like a regular Gardevoir list that are using TM Devo, or actually TM Evo, to get like second turn Courteous up in play. I think that could be a little bit scary. Yeah, in this scenario, I would just safely go attachment there, slap the Fezandipiti just in case, and then go crazy. Don't need to play anything else, even though you could get item blocked at this point. I think the opponent's already gone. We have the Judge here. We have 2 attackers ready to go. I know we're getting poisoned, but you don't care with the prize raise, because at one point they will just get one-shotted. Yeah, the opponent will be inactive for too long and they will lose. And that's just very sad to see that not a lot of decks are as quick as this one. I think a more difficult matchup would be a Charizard that draws reasonably well. A Charizard could definitely get the better of us if they get like second turn Zard EX and then starts punishing us with Defiance Band and stuff. That would be a very sad way. But I don't know how popular Zard will still be. I know that Torch used Zard at Worlds, but not a lot of other people used Zard. Most of the people were on the Regidrago hype train. Yeah, there they go. Opponent was inactive for too long. That made sense. Alright, let's go. Time for another battle. With Roaring Moon. I don't know. There are no water energies in this list. You could technically go and just scratch 2 darkness type energies for 2 water energies, I suppose. But this list is not playing any E-switches, so you would need to find room for that. Maybe cut down a couple of the Pokemon catchers so you can get a surprising Greninja attack off. But you would need, if you want to go for the E-switches, you definitely need to play 4 of them. E-switches could also help if you like Sada onto 2 ancient Pokemon, so you can switch them to other Pokemon. Sometimes you can get an attack off with Fezandipiti out of nowhere on the first turn going second, so you can snipe something. Definitely something to think about. You want to go first? No, you want to go second. Okay. Starting off with Roaring Moon and nothing else. This is a scary situation. We don't have Squawkabilly, we don't have Ultra Ball, we don't have Nuzball. We do have a Poke here, but that's it. The only thing that can help us here is that if we discard yeah, an energy through the means of Pokestop. And now we're up against Zard, so this is gonna be instantly, we're gonna get instantly punished if we don't draw what we need. A top deck Nuzball or Ultra Ball is definitely gonna be needed. They have a great setup. Luckily there's a 2 prize Pokemon in the active. Ultra Ball Rotom as well. Luminion goes away. Do they have an energy to retreat this Fezandipiti? Because if not, we can get away by knocking it out if we draw a little bit reasonably. The only thing we need is an Ultra Ball or a Nuzball to get ourselves going. And then we can go 2-2-2, right? Insta-charge. They can still Dusclops our way if we use Frenzied Gouging, I guess. That would be terrible. Okay, we have an energy here. So the thing I will do is like, I'll Pokegear first. We do have a Judge. A Judge or a Sada. I guess we need some time, right? Pokestop. Tracking Shoe. Do you want to put this in the hand? No. Dark Patches. Where are all these Dark Patches coming from? We could try and Sada onto ourselves. Now that I think about it, this could work. Could grab this. We can go with this and then Sada attachment and see where that brings us. I guess. Yeah, it's gonna be tricky. Maybe an Earthen Vessel here could do the trick. Come on. Alright, this is getting us somewhere, I suppose. We're gonna get Radiant Greninja thrown up in the mix. And here we go, concealed cards. Squawkabilly, okay. Dark Patch. Attachment. And now we need, getting rid of these dark patches is super painful because if we get knocked out, we can no longer set ourselves up, right? Because if Charizard responds, we're toast. We still have access to one more dark patch. Could we do it? If we knock this guy out, can we respond? Probably with a Pecharunt as well. I should check if it's in the deck. It could also just stay around, but they have Dust Clubs, right? I think I'll just end the turn here. See what they do. They can give up a 1-prize. I could have attacked here, I suppose. Could have squawked and knocked out the fella, but if we get rid of our dark patches, we can no longer set up a second one. They get the Lost Vacuum. Slow and steadily wins the race, because if we now are able to use those dark patches, that would be way better. And we can judge. We can Pokemon Catcher Judge. What are they gonna put on front? Charmander? Do they have Charizard? Probably not, otherwise they would have used that first before they went for Pokestop. There's an Instant Charge, that's perfect. I love this. So we didn't slap down Squawkabilly, which was nice. Okay, what are we gonna do first? We are gonna be going for the Pokemon Catcher. There's a heads, that's perfect. Gonna slap that Fezandipiti all up in the active position. We can then go for concealed cards, try to find our Pecharunt. This is great. We have dark patches, all of that. Can get energies out the deck first. Tracking Shoe, it's a Sada. That's actually a great card. Sada time. I maybe should have used the Earthen Vessel right there. Yeah, maybe, but we have the Ultra Ball here, it's fine. So we Ultra Ball away. This one. Probably this one. Should we need another one? I guess so. I'll get rid of these. Find myself Pecharunt. Pecharunt into the house. We can fly ourselves to the active position. We are poisoned, but we don't care. We go patch over here. Slap down another Roaring Moon. If we can slap up all of these, we most likely will win the game. And also, Pecharunt can become a very powerful attacker, I might add. Judge is also great. I could get away by using Pokestop because we do have Palpad. Yeah, there we go. Our boss's orders is gone though. We can set up the Fezandipiti, just in case. That seems to be a great plan. And these energies here can wait. We can still slap this one down. I want to save my dark patches for this guy, to be honest. But if we can set up them, all of them, that's actually not bad as well. We see, leave one. Just gonna go with it. Gonna set up all my Roaring Moons here, and they're gonna be doing the trick for us. Because now Pokestop's a little bit less relevant. Let's go. I'll be attaching here. That's the next one. Then we Sada, and then we're good to go. We can Palpad, and I'll add in Sada and Boss back in the deck. And now I will go for my good old classic Calamity Storm. Let's go. Okay, what we need to do up next, it can still be pretty tricky because they will most likely Dust Clubs or damage Roaring Moon, right? And that could still be very, very scary. Yeah, there's the Forest Sealstone as well, so things could still go wrong. Maybe we should attack with the one... we can actually Pokemon Catcher Pidgeot Judge. I know, it seems crazy, but that's my game plan currently. If we can get rid of the Pidgeot, they might not be able to find Dust Clubs. And if they're not able to find Dust Clubs, we should be in a good position. Like this is, we waited, so that is our good thing. Now we have all set up Pokemon here, that's nice. This concerns me though. because if we use the Frenzied Gouging, they can take prize cards. Yeah, there's the Zard, alright. Should we get rid of the Zard or do we get rid of the Pidgeot? The Pidgeot, if they can now get out Dusclops, we are in trouble. Or are they gonna Charmeleon out? Dusclops is way more scary though. It's just Charmeleon, I don't care. Since they do have all these Pokemon, I'm gonna try to go after Pidgeot. They did burn most of their Ultra Balls, 2 of them. Radiant Zard, I don't even care about this one as well. Unfair Staff, luckily Fezandipiti joins the party. Hopefully this guy doesn't evolve. That's my main concern here, this little fella. We have Nuzball, that doesn't matter. We will get knocked out by... Oh, there's Arven. They still had access to a supporter, so if they now get out Dusclops, we are in trouble. Then that means we need to Gust up Rotom first. And then win the game afterwards, because we need to Gust after the Radiant Zard afterwards. Dang, they can still Gust up Fezandipiti with Radiant Zard, and then we're gonna be in a low amount of cards in hand. Yeah, this is a difficult situation. Difficult matchup, I would say, but not unwinnable. You always have to go 2-2-2. There's the counter catcher. They could go after Fezandipiti here. Seems to be the best plan of action. I already used my Nightly Stretcher, so that's bad. Are they gonna get rid of our attackers or not? They probably should. Because if we can Gust a little bit, we still have Prime Catcher, right? 3 Dark Patches gone. Maybe they're dying to just get Fezandipiti, right? But then if our Pokemon are still alive and kicking, we need to worry about... Oh, they're gonna go for 4 Steel Stone. Gonna get the Dusclops out. Yeah, this is a scary situation because Pidgeot is here, Radzard is there, Dusclops is potentially there. There's Collapse Stadium going around. And now they're thinking, what do we discard, right? I think at this point the Pecharunt can go. Because all of our attackers are ready to go. Even though the Pecharunt can get the crazy one-shots, I can easily set up another Roaring Moon with Sada. Sada Prime Catch is probably going to be better. Alright. So. Their Rotom is gone. Their field is filled with tons of Pokemon. I just want to have Boss Zord on the Pidgeot, I guess. There's a Dark Patch, so we can definitely do some stuff with that. I'll Earthen Vessel, get rid of the Nest Ball. Get 2 Dark Patches. Actually, 2 energies right there. There's Sada Boss, 3 Pokemon Catcher, and Prime Catcher seems to be prized. Is that a good or a bad thing? We'll find out together. We can Concealed Cards. There's a Pokemon Catcher. Alright. On top of that, we have Flip the Script. So, there are options here. Let's just try to knock out Pidgeot. And then judge them out of existence. That's my game plan. I'm gonna be going for this so they cannot get out Dusclops. I'm just gonna try. I'm gonna set this down as a 1 prizer as well. And I will go Dark Patch here. Attachment here. And I will judge them out of existence. Maybe they don't have an energy for the Radiant Zard, maybe they don't have Dusclops. Whatever the case is, this is a well-protected board state. So let's go for the Frenzied Gouging on the Pidgeot. And let's see, if they don't have a Fire Energy, they need to come with Zard, which means they lose. The Pidgeot, always get rid of that Pidgeot. We have the chance of getting Prime Catcher here, and we do not. We do not have Prime Catcher, we do have Pokemon Catcher. And I think Boss is also still lurking around somewhere in the deck as we palpated that back, right? Or not? Yeah, cool. What do they have? In their deck, there are probably around 2 or 3 Fire Energies remaining. If they don't have 1 in hand, they cannot attack with Radzard. If they cannot attack with Radzard, they need to come with a 2 prizer, which means they lose. Or they have to retreat and pass. They can draw into the Dusclops. And the Dusclops can knock us out. They take 2 prize cards. But will they have the counter catcher on top of that? That is the main question. I then promote Baby Roaring Moon. They have Arven. What can the Arven get them? Is that gonna be a counter catcher or is it gonna be Dusclops? Counter catcher and Defiance Band. Who are they gonna counter catcher? Fezandipiti? Fezandipiti? No, it's this Roaring Moon. Oh, okay, now I see. Okay, that makes sense. Can go into Sudden Death here, I suppose. Can we set up another one? Do we have Dark Patches available? 4 of them in the discard pile. Okay, I see what they're doing here. Yeah, okay, now we can go into Sudden Death, right? I cannot set up another Roaring Moon here. Maybe I should have saved... Maybe I should have saved 1 Dark Patch, because now I can no longer set ourselves up. There's no more Dark Patches. I cannot attack with anything else, so I'm gonna go into that Sudden Death here. I don't mind. Let's go for that Frenzy Gouging, going to the Sudden Death, and we probably will win that Sudden Death, if I'm being honest. Yeah, always keep a quick eye to your Dark Patches. They played that out perfectly, but now let's see if we can just get a simple KO on anything that the opponent has to offer here. So we go into Sudden Death. For the people that don't know what Sudden Death is, you just replay your game, and the first person that draws a prize card wins. And this is a deck that is very good in Sudden Death, might I add. Ready. We are ready. Come on. You only need to take 1 prize card. We're playing Roaring Moon. What do you expect? What do you expect will happen with situations like this? If you have a Roaring Moon, you typically take a prize cards. Flipping them coins. The Iono coin is determined here. Well, what do we see? You want to go first? No. So the opponent will go first, and I just need to knock out something that is in the active position. I can do that. This is not an issue for this deck. We even start with Squawk. That's great. And even Prime Catcher on top of it. Dang. We can Earthen Vessel, do some stuff. Like, this is a Rotom in the active position. I'm gonna try and set up, I would say, Baby Roaring Moon. We Prime Catcher with Charmander. Maybe that's the best plan of action. We can also get the Greninja thrown up in the mix. Draw some more resources. 60 HP. What can we draw? We just need to take 1 prize card. How easy is that? Can we do it? Our hand is not too great. Insta charge. Yeah, they have some stuff. I would need a Dark Patch, I suppose. There's a Judge. Not exactly what I was looking for, so I'm gonna Nest Ball. I'm gonna get Radiant Greninja out. I would love to get this Baby Roaring Moon out, by the way, because that's gonna allow us to just attack. Yeah. If we have Sada. There's a Sada right there. Questions. I'm gonna try and go for Radiant Greninja first, because we actually have a very crazy hand. 1, 2. Earthen Vessel again. 1, 2. Go for concealed cards. Pokestop, Terrestrial Shoe. This is not what we need. It's another Judge. Okay, I don't care about any of these resources. I'm just gonna go Prime Catchering up a little Charmander, which we can easily knock out. And now here comes the Squawk of our lifetime. Squawk and Seize. Okay, here we have Pecharunt. Pecharunt could have been nice, but we're not doing anything with that. We're gonna get ourselves. This one is all that we need, right? Okay. We have 1 Dark Patch, and that's all we come packed with. So, how do we get this attack off? Sada? We don't have Luminion, so it's gonna have to be an Earthen Vessel here? Or a Poke here? No, nothing of that sort. Okay, this is insane. Nest Ball. Roaring Moon. Yeah, this is not exactly what I was hoping for. Because we can actually still lose if they have everything. I guess the only thing we can do... Yeah, fly ourselves into the active position, and this is not great. It could have gone way better. The only thing we need to do is like knock something out, but we have 1 Roaring Moon and no energies. Maybe I should have left some energies left in deck. Maybe. We don't have Sada either way. I could slap down this. Go for a Dark Patch on this one. And fly this one in the active position just to chillax a little bit. I know, it seems silly, but we have Pokestop. So there are ways we can find more dark patches, Pokegear as well. Maybe the Pokegear can then find Sada. They have Rare Candy Zard though. Okay, they just need to knock something out, but they will not be able to knock out our Roaring Moon quite yet. So sudden that is actually kind of crazy. Yeah, we can still fly our Roaring Moon in the active position, but that's not gonna be doing any good. We will need to like Sada into like Pokemon Catcher or something. We already burned 2 Pokemon Catchers, already burned the Prime Catcher. This is not looking good, ladies and gentlemen. This sudden that could have gone way better. There's a Lumineon. What are they gonna do with that? Boss? Yeah, they have literally everything. They can boss, right? Yeah, we're done for. We're cooked. They can boss Squawkabilly and it's over. Ladies and gentlemen, we've lost the sudden death. So typically you can get the attack off as shown in an example that we got like so many first turn attacks off in all these games, but when the moment is there, we were not able to do it. Okay, we're gonna be playing one more game with this Roaring Moon list. But that was fun. We did see the sudden death happening. And I think in real life, you just have to play sudden death with 6 prize cards laid out and you only take 1. Correct me if I'm wrong with that, but we have never seen a crazy sudden death situation unfold like that. Okay. What was that? It's a Tails. Do we want to go first? No. Is it the same Zard player? I think I'm up against Zard again, so we will have our revenge, hopefully. Having our perfect setup with Radiant Greninja, Nuzball, Ultra Ball, Dark Patch, Sada, that's perfect. The opponent is playing the same Zardless, so we will try to get our revenge here in this second game against Zard. Is a little bit more your more difficult matchups, I would say. Save the Dark Patch. Like in that first game, before sudden death, it was super close, but there was no other way. I needed to go to the sudden death regardless. Okay, this is a very great hand. We're up against Charmander, that's it. Attach pass and let's be done with it. Ultra Ball, okay. What are they gonna grab with the Ultra Ball? Will it be another Charmander? They most likely need another Charmander, otherwise they're cooked regardless. Or they can have a Force Seal Stone in hand and then they're probably gonna get out Rotom. What's it gonna be? Either way, I can actually attack this Charmander with a 1 Prizer. Rotom. Another. Yeah, that's it. We're just gonna knock out this Charmander. That's gonna be nice, swift, and easy. Let's go. Concealed cards. I can actually try and set this up, right? I could set up the 1 Prizer. Maybe that is a little bit on the safer side. Nuzball. I could set up this guy to just fly into the active position. Okay, I'm gonna try to go for the greedy method. I'm just gonna Sada for 1. Okay, there we go. We attachment of the turn. We Ultra Ball. Get rid of this, get rid of that. Getting ourselves. I don't need Squawkabilly anymore. Dark Patch here. Slap down this. We use the chains to get ourselves into the active position. And we could judge them next turn, I guess. I could stand on the Pokestop, but I don't want to help them out. I'm just gonna knock out the only 1 Charmander they have. And then next turn we Pokemon Catcher Judge them. So let's go. At this point, they will be so far behind, there's no way they can come back. What now? Pidgey? Okay, they have Arven. They literally have everything now, but they will be behind too much to work out. Only 1 Buddy Puffin. Do they have any tools? I think they're gonna maybe unfair stamp us. Attachment onto the Rotom. Retreating into the Mender. I think if we now set up 2 Roaring Moons, we win the game. Because we can KO this for 2 prizes. Insta-charge. I don't care about that. Could knock out the Pidgey as well. Okay, Roaring Moons all around. So we Tracking Shoe. We get a Sada. Checking out real quick. The Sada is great. But the problem is that we don't have any energies. I'm gonna get rid of it. Now we have energies. Okay. We go for concealed cards. We have more energy, so we attach here. We Pal Patch. Get back some Sadas. Pokegear. Don't find Sada. That's kind of bad. Pokemon Catcher. There's a heads. Well, that's perfect. Taking 2 prize cards right here. Pokestop there. Slapping this down and go for the classic Judge play. Judging them down to 4. Well, they don't have Charizard right out. Alright. Any other Pokemon we could grab? Probably not. We could still Pokestop to find resources. Because currently we do not have dark patches or anything. We already have our Pokemon lined up, so Pokestop couldn't be bad, right? Of course it is bad. 1 Sada down, that's still alright. That is still alright. Let's just go Calamity Storm here. Bam. Okay. Without Forest Steel Stone, I need Candy and the Pokemon. Charizard. We have Fezandipiti, which is great. If we get Iono, we get the Fezandipiti, we draw cards. If we get knocked out, the only thing we need is a Sada. Then Sada will set up 2 more Roaring Moons and then it's GG. This one can also get set up quite easily. The Pecharunt, yeah, it's also your tech card against Snorlax block, which is now an auto win because of Pecharunt. What now? They have 4 cards in hand. They've already burned Arven, already burned an Ultra Ball. They have the Charizard. They have the Duskull. 4 cards left in hand. They have the Nazball. Fezandipiti will probably show its face. Yeah. That's great news though. And an Iono. I don't mind that all these cards go to the bottom because we just need Sada, right? No Sada, but Ultra Ball can get us Fezandipiti. And we have the Pokestop as well to maybe fetch a Pokegear, although there's only 1 more left in deck. Will they find Charizard? Because we're still in a very nasty situation, I would say, because if we cannot set up another Roaring Moon, we're toast. Yeah, we are toast. I think... yeah, if we poison ourselves, that's actually pretty bad. Once during your turn, you may switch one of your bench Darkness Pokemon except any Pecharunt with your new active Pokemon. So I just promote Pecharunt and see what we draw, right? Do they have Charizard? They have Charmeleon. They don't have Charizard. The game ends right here. Although, I still have not set up another Roaring Moon right there. They are hesitating. Radianzard, they are hesitating, meaning they don't have Charizard. Or maybe they have Charizard and they're hesitating, can I attack with Combustion Blast? Maybe that was the reasoning. Quite interesting. What are they gonna do? Hello? Are they gonna pass? If they pass, they just lose, right? Unless we don't draw into more energies. But if we just set up Fezandipiti on board, I guess we're fine. Yeah, they are really... yeah, they just pass. Okay. They didn't find the Charizard. Judge, too strong. We have the Boss's Orders here. That's nuts. I think I will... Can I do this? I'm gonna try it. Come on. Alright, we have the Dark Patch. At least that's great. That means we can Dark Patch here. And we can Boss's Orders this guy. And... Calamity Gravity Storm. I know that I didn't slap down Fezandipiti, but any Nest Ball, any Earthen Vessel, any Sada can get us where we want to be. And they still need to draw so many prize cards. So I think we have time. We have an Earthen Vessel, we have a Pokestop right here. They're gonna respond with Charizard, Iono to 1, right? 1 energy is game, but we can still lose this game. So maybe I should have gone for the safety, just knock it out and establish the Fezandipiti. Maybe that was the safest play. There's the Dust Gloves, that's not able to do too much, I suppose. They need to Iono right now. They've already burned an Iono, so I don't know if they have the Iono right now. Maybe the Unfair Stamp. Unfair Stamp is more reasonable. Maybe the Illuminion Iono, I guess. Yeah, there's an Iono, alright. Iono to 1. Scary. Nest Ball is game. Earthen Vessel is game. Sada is game. This is not game. Should have played it safely. I should have played it more safely. There's the Radzard. Actually, the Charizard EX. I still have some time, I suppose. We can set... How many Dark Patches too? Yeah, we can set up a Roaring Moon in 1 turn. Or we can set up this guy in 1 turn. Where... 3 Sadas available. 1 Pokegear available. 3 Nest Ball available. So that's 3 win-outs. Okay. We'll leave the Pecharunt as it is. Do we promote Radiant Greninja here? Probably, because energy is game regardless, so we could just promote Radiant Greninja, then I have to Gust around that. If they knock out the Greninja, that's fine. I definitely should have played that more safely, but I was afraid of a Radzard, even though the Radzard at this point doesn't matter. I could promote this guy safely. Come on. There's a Trekking Shoe. Okay, that's also a win out. I draw reasonably. Pokestop. Pokegear, yeah. Pokegear for game. Let's go. That was risky. Should have not went for that risky move, but yeah. Showcasing the power here is actually could have set up another Pokemon. That's crazy. The chains, unleashing the chains. Roaring Moon into the action could even Pokestop as well, but here we go with Frangid Gouging. And now we've taken our revenge on Charizard. You can easily win early game aggression with Judge, or just going the 2-2 prize trade. And this time around we even took the 7 prize game. We've took an additional prize card. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video of the Roaring Moon, the updated Roaring Moon list. If you guys enjoyed it, let me know by rocking the hell out of the like button. Subscribe for more daily Pokemon TCG content coming your way. And as always, go check out the sponsors that make the videos possible. Links down below. Definitely use them if you're looking for sleeves, Dragon Shield, TCG Live code cards, Poketown Store, and if you're a European player, get to the card market platform and start selling your cards today, or buy cards. Have yourself a good one. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.